seem fairly active, but how honest are we? Well, look, we could all do a bit more, couldn't we? Josh Rylatt is from Transformation Fit and joins us now. And you've brought along Gwen as well. Gwen is looking really chilled out in the background because she's been on a fitness journey as well. Gwen, we'll talk to you in a second, but Josh, you came into the studio a while ago, and it really kind of fired us up, actually, because one thing that always worries me about doing stuff about fitness on air is it's all very well and good. It's all a bit preachy, and it's all about go and buy your Lycra and go for a quick, gentle run of 5 miles. You think, 5 miles? I could barely drive 5 miles. We're talking about 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I think, that's probably one of the most annoying things about the fitness industry is it can be very preachy at times, and it's very easy for these personal trainers who live their lifestyles like that to start preaching to people about how they need to train every day and how hard they need to work. And I think for the average person who's not training or not doing any activity or not doing any exercise, some of the stuff which they may be recommending or advising is a little bit too far out of reach for them.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's the start that's the crucial bit, isn't it? Because once you've started, I mean, we did a thing for steps, and actually I'm doing a lot more walking than I think I've ever done, because I kind of got into the habit, and once you're in the habit, it actually annoys me when I don't get to do it, so I kind of work out ways of continuing to walk, and, at a brisk pace, which is something I've not done before, because I always thought it was too busy.
Yeah, and I think just any new habit, any new routine, any change to your routine is going to feel a little bit uncomfortable at first, and that's the same with anything. But I think it's actually making it into a habit which is what is going to bring about those long-term sustainable results. So I think, committing to something little in the beginning, especially if you've got nobody sort of holding you accountable and holding your hand with it, committing to something small at the beginning, which will then eventually progress, and you can build progression into something very easily, which is small, such as 10 minutes per day.
But look, the 10 minutes a day, what we are saying is that 10 minutes a day still has benefits. If that's what you achieve every day, that has benefits.
Yeah, and initially, definitely. So if you're not doing any activity at the moment, or it's low activity, and you add in an additional 10 minutes per day, that will definitely bring about benefits, especially in the beginning. But you will need to build progression into that in order for your body to keep making adaptations to that exercise. So if it's going from a brisk walk to a light jog, it can still be 10 minutes, but that's still progression. If it's going from doing 10 minutes...
I'm going to talk to you in a second.
Screaming when we talk about cardiovascular exercise and running, because she loves the weights, you see. So that's why she's screaming at the moment. But yeah, I think the biggest thing about exercise is it's got to be what you enjoy and the activity that you like.
A bit like recommissioning an old car that's not been there for, it's not been rough for a long time. The first 10 minutes were all a bit scary, but the more you run it, the better it gets. That's the thing. And once it's gone for a good run down the motorway, it's running beautifully.
Good analogy. Yeah, good analogy.
So look, Gwen, you're itching to get involved in this. What's your journey to fitness then? What happened for you?
I saw a photograph a few years ago that I looked absolutely horrific in, and I was moaning about it. My daughter is Adeline, who's a bit of a rugby fanatic and plays rugby. She went, "I'm absolutely fed up with this. You've got an appointment with Josh on Monday. Go." So
wasn't that quite daunting?
It was terrifying walking into the gym. I've never been so frightened in my life.
Really?
And walking in through those gym doors for the first time was hard.
Because we know what that's like. You walk through the gym doors, and the first person you bump into is wearing skin-tight lycra with buns made of steel, and you think, well, hang on a minute, I've got flobbery bits. How am I going to keep
Exactly. Up? It's terrifying, but Josh completely put me at my ease. He just sort of accepted me as I was then, and just set me on the road to what I find,
And you love weights. You're a lot fitter. Just give me an idea of what it did to you, to your body, to get fit. What happened?
Gosh, I'm just generally fitter all over. I'm stronger, fitter, better. I've got more energy now than I ever had before, and that's after having major surgeries and things over the last year. I'm still fitter.
Because you got fit, then you had to have some major surgery for a serious illness, which meant that you were fitter going into that operation, which presumably means you're fitter coming out of it.
I was. They said that at the time that I recovered so quickly and did so well during the operations was because I was so fit going into it. I'd worked hard to get to a certain pitch, and it stood me well for going through 2 lots of major surgery.
And you've picked back up to the fitness again, haven't you? Was that difficult getting back into it?
It was daunting again, and I kept putting it off for weeks and thinking, I'm not going to be able to do this. And I must admit, the first time I walked back through the doors, it hurt.
Did it?
Everything
Was
hurt.
it horrible to you? That's the thing.
I know. No, things that I wanted to be back where I was before the operations, and I'm not. I'm way down. However, this is the new me after having surgery, etc. And I'm slowly working back up and getting fitter and
I'm feeling good.
starting feeling good again now.
Really?
Yeah.
What does
yeah.
that feel like? Does it give me an idea? Because everybody says they feel, but how? Does that,
I
what
just,
do you mean?
It's like I've just sort of got my energy back, my enthusiasm has started coming back. I'm better able to cope with other things because I'm not so jittery and so lethargic at the same time, you know. So yes, it's given me a new enthusiasm to get myself.
And it's a vicious circle, isn't it? You don't exercise because A, it hurts a bit, and B,
It
you're
hurts.
busy, so you haven't got time to exercise. So you don't exercise. So when you do exercise, you feel like hell, and it's just a constant. And we all do it. I do it. You know, I'm busy all day from the minute I get up in the morning at like 5:30 to the end of the day.
So am I.
Work. Then there's the kids, and then there's and I think to myself, I'm really active, and I dash about all over the place. But you know what? I spend a lot of the time with my bum in the driver's seat. That's the simple, brutal fact of it.
Exactly. Yes, that's what I was doing. So it's just start small and go back. The first time I went back, I had to start slow and go, I can't do this bit now. I've got to stop. And it's just pacing yourself and getting used to slowly improving.
Just the thing is, you've come up with a really great offer for 2 or 3 people listening to this program now.
That's right.
What are you going to do for them?
So, to tie in with Summer Body Transformation Program, which we're running at the moment anyway, doors are opening to that this week. What we've decided to do and what we think would be a fantastic idea is to put this out to some of the general public. So what we're looking to do is look for, like you say, 2 to 3 people who are looking to improve their physique. They're looking to lose, say, 5 to 15 pounds, looking to improve their confidence, increase their energy levels, tone up the midsection, tone up the arms, tone up all those wobbly areas. And we're looking for 2 to 3 people who want to join us on this Summer Body Transformation Program. And we're going to be taking applications in over the next few weeks to do this for you absolutely free. And that will be for a 6-week period, and we're looking for people who can commit to exercising with us, say, 3 times a week, and that would be for, say, 45 minutes each time. So it's
commitment. We're not, this is okay. This might not cost you financially. This is going to cost you some time and effort and commitment, and that's what we're asking for 2 or 3 people to come forward and do that. But we want the commitment. That's the point. You can't come once and say, "I don't fancy this."
100%. So obviously, we run these programs throughout the year at various points, and when people invest financially into something like this, that is a method of making you accountable to it because it gets you to those appointments. So
yeah, try committing to it on the radio in front of the whole of Leicestershire, rather. That's a commitment.
Exactly. So we're looking to.
Yeah. Anyway, I got this note from my mum.
Moving on. Sick note.
No. I'm doing more than I've done for a long time, and I feel better for it. I do.
Yeah,
I do feel better for it. How do people get in touch? So we're going to we get some people, and you'll select 2 or 3 people. This is not a competition.
No.
This isn't a democracy. This is about, you're going to select people that you think will benefit most from it.
Exactly. So we're launching a program this week anyway. That's going live this week, and what we're looking to do is get 2 to 3 people, 2 to 3 lucky listeners who are motivated, who are in a position where the pain of staying the same and feeling that way exceeds the pain that it requires for them to make the changes which we're going to be recommending. So we're going to be working with you on nutrition coaching. We're going to be teaching you new skills with your nutrition. We're going to be getting you in our private personal training studio, working with one of our coaches.
And you've worked with people who are really unfit to start with and really self-conscious and concerned and worried, and Gwen, frankly, was one of them. And look at her now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing which people need to remember. We're not working with athletes. We're not working with your typical gym people. All the gym people, in inverted commas, are in the gyms working out by themselves because they're the motivated ones. So the people which we're looking to work with are the people who are a bit down and out, who do need that extra support, who do need that extra accountability. But in the same way, these are the people who we're going to make the biggest difference to in their lives. They're the people people who've got the issues, and they're the people who we want to help.
So the way we're going to do this, what we want you to do is to email in, and we want you to do that because we want you to explain why you think that this will help you. So you can either email me, ben.jackson@bbc.co.uk, or you can, it's probably the easiest thing to do, is to email directly to my producer, which is sophie.cook, that's cook without an E at the end, sophie.cook@bbc.co.uk. Then we'll meet you, and this is not going to be a horrible experience, but we do need you to get stuck in, I suppose.
Can I just interject? Is that everybody assumes that exercise is for the young, and if you're over a certain age, you shouldn't. Your exercise levels go down.
Especially weight training.
Especially weight training. I'm 61. And
You're a weight trainer.
And I'm weight training.
Well, no, but
So don't
we
be
love
put
you,
off.
Gwen, your age.
Don't be put off because you.
Yeah, and don't be put off.
You're
And, and Josh is a lovely guy, apart from anything else. And he's not one of those. I mean, I think you're probably quite motivational and probably push people a bit, but you're not horrible. I think you get the fact that it's awkward and it's difficult and it hurts sometimes, and it's but it's a transformation, isn't it? And transformation doesn't come by just sitting in front of the telly.
Nope.
We'll be in touch, and we'll hopefully we'll get some people getting involved really, really quickly. The best thing to do, I think, is email my producer. So it's sophie.cook@bbc.co.uk. sophie.cook@bbc.co.uk, and we'll see if we can change your life. And that's the basics of it, isn't it? Thanks for coming in and joining us both. Thank you. We'll be in touch. 25 minutes past 9.